Yo, what is up, guys? This is RizzyPOW, and this is week something of a TBU. This is actually the finals, so the week number does not matter. It'll be in the title, but I don't know the week number. It's like 11. What is it? I don't know. Who cares? But yeah, this is the finals of the TBU, and if you guys want to skip the actual battle, make sure to go look in the description. You'll have a timestamp, and then you can just go click it, and it'll be all good. But then you'll miss the heat that I'm bringing versus Trip today. So, yeah, as you guys just heard, I am actually going to be going up against Trip in the finals of the TBU, and this is actually pretty scary. Honestly, Trip, he's a very scary player. I've actually battled him once before in the format, and that was in the finals of the MPL Season 1. So this is the MPL, the Major PL, Season 1, what is it? Season 1 rematches. So that's actually pretty cool. I feel that Trip has gone a lot better at the format since then, and I know that I remember that matchup. I honestly expected to lose that matchup in the finals, and I ended up winning. I feel like Trip brought not the proper team he should have brought, and I know he felt really bad about that. So I have a feeling that Trip is going to go all out versus me this time. He's going to bring a ton of crazy stuff and try to win because, whereas last time his matchup was actually pretty good, in my opinion, he has a terrible matchup versus me this time. Let's just go over his team. Well, let's go over my team first. I got Megaladios, Clefable, Jirachi, Suicune, Nidoqueen, Snorlax, Tornadus Eye, Houndoom, and Lucario. His team is Megalopony, Entei, Kyurem, Mew, Electros, Umbreon, Tangrowth, Avalugg, and Vaporeon. Now, this is the team that he could be bringing. Just looking at it, there's a lot of things that do well. Like, honestly, I'm pretty happy that I'm playing Trip than a lot of other people in the finals. Not because Trip is bad, just because I don't think Trip drafted well at all. I feel like he drafted pretty poorly, in my opinion. I feel like he's an amazing player, but I do not like his team at all. I don't think it's a very good team. No offense to Trip, but it's just not a very good team, in my opinion. Also, something that I thought he might have done was I thought he might have taken off Bronzong or Togetic off the bench, but he didn't end up doing it. So he literally doesn't have any Dragon Resist. Also, look at his team. He doesn't have any Poison Resist, no Normal Resist, which is going to be pretty cool. I could take advantage of. I could even run like Curslax or something like that. Calm Mind Latios, Calm Mind Clef does really well, but like for him to stop that, he has some stuff. Like he has Umbreon, which is just a hard stop to Megaladios, but I have very good things to switch into it, so he's definitely going to be running Baton Pass on his Umbreon to get momentum off me, and I might be able to predict that and play a bit aggressively and actually stay in on Umbreon with my Megaladios. Also, what I could do is, I have like very good switch-ins being Clef, which you can Calm Mind up on it, obviously. It doesn't really have anything for Clef. Well, I mean, he has other stuff, but that's what I meant. Umbreon cannot touch Clef. It cannot touch Lucario as well. So I don't think he's ever going to spam a dark move unless it's Pursuit or Sucker Punch. I don't think he's going to go for Foul Play, at least in the beginning. There's no way. I don't think he would risk Lucario coming in at all. Yeah, he does. So Megaladios obviously was very good. Clefable was also very good. Does he have any? He only has Entei as his Fairy Resist, which is also something to be noticed. Also, another thing is his only Rocker is Mew. His only Defogger is Mew as well. I mean, he does have Avalugg. I know he's been using Avalugg a lot. I'll be really surprised if he brings it this match. I don't think he's very good at all in this match, but he might end up bringing it. I don't know. Trip is a crazy person, man. But yeah, overall, Trip is a really good friend of mine as well. I forgot to say that, so make sure to go check him out. His links will be in the description. But yeah, this is the team that I am bringing versus Trip. So I actually had a lot of mock battles. I had a total of 5 mock battles for this match, and I usually don't do that. And I know some people don't like mock battles. It says they hurt them. I think it honestly helps me, and it also helps if I like. Also, because sometimes I get like help from other people, just like a little bit, like, you know, like some suggestions. I feel like it helps a lot with like getting suggestions and stuff like that, mock battles overall. And it makes me like be more aware of some sets, and I need to make sure that to be aware of all the sets, not just one specific set that I really think is going to bring. That's one thing that's bad about mock battles, but hopefully I don't do that. So the first set was Lucario. Now, the reason why I'm I actually was choice specs Lucario in the beginning. I ended up changing to Life Orb because Life Orb Like, if he finds out on specs or something, he can easily go out into Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny is a huge threat to my team, and he's going to be able to just kill it because I can't switch up moves and stuff like that, and that's why I end up going Life Orb. Vacuum Wave gives me a very nice check to Mega Lop. He also doesn't have any switch-ins to Aura Sphere and Flash Cannon. Also, Sleep Talk, very nice because it can eat up a Sleep Powder from Tangrowth, and then it'll be all good in the hood. Obviously, it's not the best switch in a Tangrowth, but like, to be honest, versus my team, he's not really going to be clicking EQ, and I don't think he's going to expect Lucario to come in. He might go for EQ, but I think Sleep Powder would be his best play. This also gives me a Sleep Fodder while also being able to Sleep Talk and maybe surprising him at some point in the game. So this is my Sleep Fodder, essentially. My next mon is Mega Latios, so I decided to go with this set. This is probably one of my main win conditions. It hasn't really done much in the mocks except switch and Entei and stuff like that, which is why I wanted to change this up. At one point, I actually had Roost DD Mega Latios with Outrage because he doesn't have any resist to Dragon, so Outrage could have been nice. And then I had Ice Beam to hit up that Tangrowth because everyone's also brought Rocky Helmet Tangrowth versus me, so that's what I'm expecting. AV doesn't make any sense versus me either. Another thing I could have done instead of Ice Beam, I could have run Refresh because since I was running DD Latios, I was actually really weak to Entei because I didn't really have a proper switch into it because I didn't want this thing to get burned. But I ended up deciding that this set is probably my best set that I could run versus him, just in case he brings Avalugg or something. I really don't think he'd do that, but he might. It's Trip, who knows. Now my next set, this is also a more hyper offensive team. I know this is a bit bulky, but you know, it's still not super bulky. You can't take too many hits from Lop. I don't really have anything for Lop, so this is my thing for Lop. I could have ran Suicune, but overall Suicune doesn't have the best matchup. It's alright. It's good for Entei and stuff like that, but it's not, I mean, it's alright. It's not terrible. But this is my main switch into his Lopunny. Yes, this is not the best switch in because I don't have any recovery, and it can hurt me and then take a ton of damage, but I think this is alright. Just because once I get Toxic Spikes up, which I'll switch into Lopunny, then I can get Toxic Spikes up, and he usually doesn't even carry Ice Punch. I doubt he'll be carrying Ice Punch. I think he needs to go offensive. Mega Lop is actually a huge threat to my team. He's probably going to go Fake Out, Return, High Jump Kick, and an Encore for like my Clefable or something like that. Now, Sludge Wave is my only offensive move. That's all I really need. I have Taunt for stuff like Umbreon, stuff like that. And then Toxic Spikes is just so nice versus his team. I'm probably only going to get one layer up and then go for Rocks, especially if I see Entei or Kyurem. I'm definitely going to go for Rocks because I want to get that damage off of them. And he doesn't have a solid Defogger. It's only Mew, and if he's running Defog on Mew, probably no Rocks. He might not even run Rocks or Defog, which would be really nice not to deal with Rocks. Rocks can be annoying. It's not weak. I'm not really weak at all to Rocks, so he might not end up bringing it. My team overall is not weak to Rocks, so he probably won't end up bringing it, but he might. And I probably just want one layer of Toxic Spikes, just because it helps wear Lopunny down, because he can pivot around and just take a little bit damage if he is badly poisoned. Now, 2 layers of Toxic Spikes is nice for stuff like Mew and stuff like that. But I think that this is fine, just getting up 1 layer to weaken Mega Lop. Mega Lop is definitely the biggest threat to my team. And since I need another check to Mega Lop, I have Choice Scarf Jirachi. Yeah, Choice Scarf Jirachi. Jirachi is not the best versus this team overall. It's alright. But I think the Choice Scarf is definitely my best set in my opinion, because it gives me a check to his Mega Lopunny, and it also gives me some momentum. Now, Trick is also very nice. A lot of people have actually been bringing Setup Mew versus me, and it's been really nice to get rid of Setup Mew. Like, just if I'm pivoting into a Mew or something like that, and then he goes for like Nasty Plot or Saurus Answer Bulk Up. I've had all of people do that, and then I trick them, and then they're fucked, and it's just like, ha, you're a loser. But yeah, that's the reason why I Trick. Also, once Lopunny goes down, Trick is just gonna be so nice to trick his Umbreon or his Tangrowth or something like that. If I get Mega Lopunny down early, which is, I don't think I will. In all my practice matches, it's been down very, very late. Or yeah, it was one of the last monster to die, so I don't think that's gonna happen. But if it does, I actually have a new trick up my sleeve that I just added recently to this team that might throw him off and actually kill Lopunny, but we'll see about that. And the next mon is Life Orb Clefable. The first time bringing Life Orb Clefable. Now, I'm definitely expecting Gunk Shot Mew. I'm definitely expecting Entei. I mean, Entei might not come because I have a lot of stuff for it, but it might come as well. I don't even know why I mentioned Entei right there, but this thing is a very nice wall breaker for his team. I got Moonblast, Thunderbolt, Softbolt, and the reason I have Toxic is Toxic is for his Mew in case he is a setup Mew, and I want to Toxic it, and it'll be all cool and stuff like that. But yeah, Thunderbolt is actually there for his Vaporeon. It is a easy 2-shot, and it's one of my main ways to break down Vaporeon on my team. I don't have many ways to break it down, but this will definitely throw him off and actually get a lot of damage off Vaporeon. So yeah, I'm really expecting to bring Haze Vaporeon because that just makes sense versus me. So there's that. My next mon is a pretty interesting set. So I got Cussap, Berry, Snorlax with Gluttony. So Gluttony is actually an ability that instead of when this Pokemon is 1/2 HP, then this Berry will activate. So like instead of me being at 25%, I just have to be below 50%, and Cussap Berry will activate, and I can self-destruct on something. So the thing is that this is definitely planning to throw him off. Also, let me just, I forgot to say, this Spadef in Jirachi makes sure that I can live 1 Specs Earth Power from Kyurem. Because it's going to be my main switch, and especially because I'm not like AV, Lax, or something like that. I don't want to predict and go for a Focus Blast. So if he goes for Focus Blast versus Jirachi, that's going to be fine. I don't mind that much. And I just want to make sure I have a safe switch in to Kyurem with this at least once. Maybe not all the time, but at least once I want to. So I want to feel confident that I can live any 1 hit from it. So that's why I made sure to have that Spadef in there. Now, the reason why I have this Lax, Gunk Shot is just a very nice neutral hit versus team. Facade, it'll get boosted if he's like Willow, Mew, or something like that. Not many people have brought that kind of stuff versus me. Nobody's brought Willow, Mew, so maybe I might just go return. It's never actually activated, but I think it'll be fine because it also, if I want to take a hit from Entei, there's that. The thing about this is not meant to be to take a hit from Entei because I'm I'm thick fat. I'm not thick fat. I'm Gluttony. I have so many switch-ins to Entei overall. I don't think he'll necessarily bring it. If he does, he'll bring a really interesting set. I know he's brought Sunny Day and stuff like that. And actually, Togue actually brought that in my mock battle for Suicune. So he might end up bringing something like that to trap Suicune. And that could honestly be pretty scary, but he might not end up even bringing it. And if he does, I don't think it'll be Banded. People have brought Banded, but I don't think he's going to actually bring Banded. Facade, that's the reason why I have it. Curse, just so I can curse up. After 1 curse, I can live 1 high jump kick from Lopunny and then hit it hard. If I'm below 50%, I can also surprise Lopunny and get a self-destruct. That would be the nice thing. Most things I'm playing as self-destruct versus are stuff like Mega Lopunny. Umbreon would actually be really nice as well. Mew would be great. Kyurem, almost anything would be amazing. And if I want to pivot on like a return from Mega Lop, that would be really nice because it does over 50% to me, just over 50%, which means that he's not going to be expecting a self-destruct, and he'll probably go for another return, and then I can self-destruct on him, and it'll be really cool. So, yeah, that is the reasoning behind the set, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll get right into the actual battle. Hopefully we do well. This is the last match of the TBU. I'm honestly really scared. I actually have not battle tripped just yet. I'm battling him tomorrow morning, or not, yeah, sometime tomorrow, and it's going to be streamed, and I'm pretty scared. I think I definitely have the team matchup. I've only lost 1 mock match out of the 5 that I played, and that was based off of 50-50, and I changed a lot of stuff, a little bit of stuff since then. It was versus Jolt, actually. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the actual battle. Bye. Alright, we are here with the actual match up against Trip. So, this is the actual match up against Trip, obviously, as you can see. This was actually streamed yesterday, around, it was sometime, I don't remember, like 1 p.m. my time, which I don't know. It was 9 p.m. GMT. I remember that part. But yeah, if you guys want to watch that thing, I think the TV is going to be uploading onto their YouTube, so you can watch that. But if you're going to be watching this, there's not much point in watching that. I mean, if you really want to go support the TBU, can go do that. There's nothing wrong with doing that, obviously. But yeah, this is the matchup versus Trip. So Trip actually ended up bringing Avalug. He ended up bringing with Avalug. Obviously, I didn't really expect that much, but I wasn't really too scared about it. I wasn't sure why exactly he brought it. I'm still kind of confused. I haven't seen his team builder yet, so it might make more sense once I actually see it. Yeah, he brought Megalopony, something that I knew for a fact would be coming. It's like amazing versus my team, and it is definitely the biggest threat to my team. We also got his Kyurem. Kyurem, I'm not sure what it could be. It could be easily like, it's probably going to be some offensive variant. That's all I know. Mew, like when I say offensive, it could be Bandit, it could be Specs, it could be Mixed Life Orb. That's what I'm thinking, with like Outrage or Ironhead or something. Mew, I was expecting either a setup variant, probably bulky, something like that. Vaporeon was probably just bulky with Haze or something like that. I was really expecting Haze. And then Electros, just a V or a Coil with Iron Tiller or something. It was really what I was expecting. So this is a pretty good matchup. I'm pretty happy not to see Entei. Entei would have just been annoying to this team. It wouldn't have been like amazing versus this team, but it would have just been annoying because I only have Lottie. I didn't necessarily think he'd bring it because I have like I have Thick Fat Snorlax to deal with it. I have Latios, and then I have Suicune. So I really didn't think it would end up coming. But yeah, if he did bring it, I was thinking like a Sunny Day set. I might have already said this in my team builder, so I'm probably just repeating myself. I recorded my team builder a couple days ago, so I don't even remember what exactly I said. But yeah, he ended up not bringing Tangrowth or Umbreon. So Umbreon, what I thought he might have brought just to hard counter Latios, and he could have ran Baton Pass and something like that to maybe pivot out, or he could just run really offensive with Pursuit, Sucker Punch or something. That's what Jolt actually ran versus me in my mock battle. I'm pretty sure I already said that in my team builder, so I'm actually just going to start the battle. Or I'm going to talk about my lead. So I decided that Clef would be a really good lead versus him because he didn't bring like Tangrowth, so I wouldn't be scared of that leading off as well and getting a Poison Jab off or something like that. Mew would be a very scary lead, and he does lead off with Mew a lot of the time, so that could be really scary if he does, because if he's almost for sure going to be having Gunk Shot on his Mew. And also another thing would be Electros would be really scary because a Coil Iron Till is definitely a good set versus my team. So I kind of was scared about that. So let's get right into the match. I did lead off with my fucking Clefable. Lead off with my Clefable right over there, that little pink blob, your beautiful thing, one of my best mons this season, honestly. Yeah, I switched out right there. Also have some pretty interesting names. I'll explain them all at the end of the video. After the battle. But yeah, I just decided to switch out. I thought he might have had Iron Tail. This was just my best switching because if he did go for Volt Switch or Acid Spray or even Iron Tail, I could stay in and then I could get my hazards up. But he just goes for the U-turn. He's going to take some Rock Helmet damage, which is fine with me. I get some chip damage off on it. But he's going to get some initiative. Now he's going to go out into his Mew. And this thing is very scary. One of the biggest threats of my team, Megalop was the biggest, then this, and then probably Kyurem. So I'm just going to pivot out into my Jirachi, expecting either a Gunk Shot or even an SD of some sort. Now, I'm going to trick this thing. This thing is a huge threat to my team. I need it tricked right now, and I'm going to sack off Rachi for it. But, like, Rachi was very good this match. It was pretty good this match, obviously. It was Scarf. It helped, gave me a check to Lopunny. But, like, the Mew, getting that Scarf Mew, getting a trick on that Mew means I can just go out into Latios really freely, and I can get a Calm Mind off, which is fantastic for me. Jirachi already died, which really sucks, but it's fine. It's going to be a bit harder to deal with Lopunny, but I think I can do it still. So I'm just going to Mega Evolve right here. I'm just going to go for the Calm Mind. There's not really much reason not to do it. And now I could have tried to set up all over this variant. I wasn't all over this Electros. I'm not sure why he... I was thinking he might go for a U-turn right here or something. I just wanted to go for a Dragon Pulse, essentially, and get some damage off on this for later, as he actually goes for Super Fang. So that is that's kind of annoying, but I'm just going to roost up. I expected him this turn to go for a U-turn, so I'm just going to roost up. Get all my health back because I want this thing healthy, because now that Jirachi's gone, I want this thing very healthy, so at all times I can take a Fake Out plus return from Megalop. He's actually just going to go in his this thing, so I was expecting it to be either Haze or maybe Roar or Toxic, as he actually just goes for the Roar. which is fine. I just want to get damage off. There's no reason not to, and it brings me out to Lucario, which kind of sucks. I'm now gonna just switch out because there's no reason to take some damage with Lucario and get a burn. And sorry, that noise was from Discord because I'm muted in call, and someone decided to join my little recording room. What the fuck is wrong with people? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, I decided to go out into my Snorlax. I get roared out into my Snorlax, and he keeps on roaring me around for a while. Right here, I'm actually just going to go straight for a Facade. I was kind of thinking he might roar again. I wasn't really bothered that he was roaring me. I mean, it's kind of annoying, but like, he doesn't have any hazards, and he actually didn't bring any hazards at all this match, which I think he should have probably brought Haze. Since he didn't bring any hazards, Haze would have probably been better instead of Roar, but he ended up bringing a Roar, so that's fine. I'm just gonna curse up this turn. I'm expecting him to roar me out this time, but he's gonna roar me out. I was expecting that, but like, it didn't matter. Like, curse was just over my best play in case he did go for a protect or something like that. Like, I could have gone for a Facade, but it wouldn't be doing that much anyway. So like, there's literally no reason not to go for the curse right there. And it's not like when I get roared out, I'm taking chip damage with something because he doesn't even have rocks up. Now he goes and puts me out to Nidoqueen. I was thinking about setting up my hazards right here, but I did not want to take a Scald. I guess he switched out expecting a Thunderbolt or something. And this was actually Custap Berry Electros, so that play makes a little bit more sense in hindsight. So I'm gonna go out. I went out in my Clefable because I could T-Bolt that Vaporeon, break it down, and I'm just going to kill that Electros. Now right here, this was an interesting play I thought from him because I could eat up one hit, and I guess he didn't know I was Life Orb, but I could have killed him. So I was expecting him to be Banded Iron Head or just Mixed Iron Head and maybe be able to kill me because I'm offensive Clefable, so I'm going to be taking a lot from that hit. And I switch out on Lucario expecting an Iron Head, and he goes for the Ice Beam and freezes me, which really sucks. So my main checks to Mega Lopunny were Lucario and Jirachi, and now they're both dead, and that sucks. So I'm getting a bit scared because I might lose now to Mega Lopunny, but I have to keep Mega Latios healthy now and make sure to get chip damage off. Toxic Spikes are going to be super important this match to help me wear down Mega Lopunny as well. Now I'm going to go on into Clefable because I obviously saw I didn't go for Iron Head right there, and I'm just going to fire off a Moonblast. This is a Scarf Mew because I tricked the Scarf onto it, and I'm gonna guess that he's gonna go for Gunk Shot right here, especially since I had 2 KO. I felt really comfortable going out to Nidoqueen, not expecting him to predict me because definitely I could have just gone for Moonblast and another one would have killed him. So went on into my Nidoqueen right here, and this means I can start getting Toxic Spikes up, and I only want 1 layer because 2 layers is gonna make it harder to wear down Lopunny because he can pivot around and stuff. So I only really want 1 layer. And now I can get rocks up as well. That'd be really cool, but it's not that important. The Toxic Spikes are really what I need to help me wear down Mega Lop. And now I'm going to switch out. I want to keep this around for some health. And now I expect him to actually predict me and go for a Focus Blast. If he went for Ice Beam, that would have been kind of annoying. But he did actually predict me, go for the Focus Blast. And if you guys saw my team builder, I am Custap Berry Snorlax. And I'm Gluttony, so I'm in range of Custap Berry, so I can just self-destruct and get rid of this Karen, which I had no switches left to, which could have destroyed my team, and I killed it, because I'm a motherfucking beast. Alright. Yeah, shout out to Joel, actually. He actually was the one who gave me the idea for the Custap Berry Snorlax, which did really well this match. It killed a Kyurem, which was perfect. Now he goes out into his Avila, goes a double down. I decided to send out my Clefable because I am a Life Orb Clefable. He does not have anything that can beat me 1v1. So he's going to switch out right here. Now, right here, the only reason why I was thinking Avila might come was if he was Mirror Coat or something. So I'm not going to go for a Moonblast because he might Mirror Coat me and I need this thing around. So I'm going to go for the Toxic right over here, scouting for the Mirror Coat because he's poison. His Sturdy will break after this. And yeah, so he goes into Vaporeon. I'm just going to Thunderbolt and get a ton of damage off on it. And right here, he does go for the Scald. And right here, I just kind of, I just softballed, not expecting, but like in case Trip misplays and goes for a Roar or something this turn, then I can end up having my Clefable at full health, which the reason why I want it at full health is because Mega Lop was super scary, and Fake Out plus Return did not kill me at full health. So this could be a check to Mega Lop. So that's why I kept on going for, I went for a softball right there in case he did kind of choke. There was like no reason not to do it. Even if he went for Wish, like it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. It really wouldn't. I would have just killed it with T-Bolt later anyway, and he's poisoned. So now I'm gonna go for another softball because he did crit me last time. As he's just gonna go for another Scald. He really wants this damage off on me, and I know why is because he wants to kill me with Lopunny. He wants to make sure that I'm in range. So that's why he's going for the Scalds right here. So now at this point, Fake Out plus Return definitely kills me. And he actually told me after the match he had Iron Tail on his Mega Lopunny. So definitely I was in range of that even without a Fake Out. I kill off his Vaporeon right there. That is really, really cool. And Mega Lopunny ends up coming in, and it is poison. Perfect. That is great. Now I'm going to go on to Nidoqueen. I'm expecting this to be Adamant Lopunny. He needs 2 pretty high rolls, I think, if he's Adamant. I'm not sure. I haven't calculated, but I think it is kind of high. I don't remember that he needs to kill this Nidoqueen. And if I can live, I can get a Sludge Wave off. As he does get the return. That does a shit ton of damage. And I'm not sure if I can live another one. It's gonna be really, really close. He does take Rock Helmet damage plus poison damage, which is kind of all I need. After one more of these, even if I die, which I do, he ends up getting the roll. This is kind of fine because now he's in range of Dragon Pulse anyway from my Mega Latios, and now I only have 2 Pokemon left. I have Mega Latios and Clefable. He has Mega Lopunny, Avalugg, and I don't remember his last one. What is it? And Mew. So right here, I can kill anything with a Dragon Pulse. Alright. He cannot kill me with a return, and I'm just going to fire off a Dragon Pulse as he decides to sack off his Mew. So that's kind of nice. Scarf Mew could have been kind of scary because he could have gone damage off on this thing, and it would have killed my thing with Gunk Shot. Now, if for some reason I didn't kill, I would have probably just roosted up and stalled him out of Gunk Shots, which would have been kind of bad, but it would have been fine. Now, I'm going to switch out right here because I want to make sure that Latios is at full health so I can take a Fake Out plus Return, and I'm just going to go out into my Clefable. I'm going to take this Avalanche, and I'm just going to hit it. I'm just going to go for Moonblast right here. Now, what Moonblast does, it secures me the game. There's no reason to stop build up right here, especially because he did switch. He was pretty much just playing for a choke. That's why he switched his Mega Lop in on my Clefable. He was hoping that I would go for Softball, but obviously I didn't. I just went for the safe Moonblast. The reason why I went for Moonblast is that it would have put his Avalugg in range of a Dragon Pulse from my Mega Latios, and then I would have killed it, and then Mega Lop would have come out, and Fake Out plus Return would have not killed me. So Moonblast is the safest play right there. It secured me the game no matter what, as that's why I went for it. Right here I could have obviously just tried soft bowling up and tried preserving a 2-0, but you know, this is finals. Like, differential literally does not matter at all, so there's no reason to do that, as he actually just ends up dying from poison damage. So Mega Latios does not even hit the field again. So yeah, this is a really good game against Trip. It was pretty damn close, actually. I was really scared I was going to lose to Mega Lop at some point. Definitely he got a bit of hacks in his favor. That freeze really sucked. I could have gotten vacuum wave damage off on his Karim. Overall, it was a huge threat to his team. Although he didn't bring like Umbreon, so it wasn't like super necessary to keep it around. It would have still been really nice to check so many. Like, it would have been really good. And I really thought, like, if I stayed in on his Karim with that Clefable, I think this game would have been completely different as well. Like, completely different in my favor, because I would have still had Lucario, and Lucario really just tore through his team, especially since he was a Scarf Mew, and I could play around Scarf Mew pretty well, and that was probably his main switch into that. Switch into Lucario. Like, and I think it was offensive Mew, so he really did not have any proper switch into Lucario at all. But yeah, this is a pretty good game. We are now the Season 3 champion of the TBU, which is pretty damn cool. But, you know, yeah, this is a really, really fun game, obviously. Trip is a really good guy. Some plays and some things on his, some things he had, I kind of disagree with. I obviously have not watched his team builder. He had a Citrus Berry Mew. I'm not sure what that was for. I don't agree with him bringing Avalugg. He really likes Avalugg, although I don't think it's very good, but, you know, I don't believe in Avalugg like Trip does. I don't know. I'll watch his team below though, and I'll probably understand why he brought certain sets and stuff like that though. But yeah, I have 2 championships kind of, but I'm gonna donate. I'm actually gonna donate 0.02% of my championship to Jolt, because he's been working on getting up to 2 championships, and he's at 1.98 championships, or wait, no, he's at 1.72 championships right now. Wait, no, something like that. I'm gonna just donate part of my championship so Jolt can get up to 2 championships. I'm just gonna donate enough for that, because Jolt got hacked out by Trev. I need to help my man. But and he also gave me the Cussat Berry Snorlax. So I don't know exactly how many championships I have. I forget the exact decimal, but I'll probably put on screen maybe. This is just a stupid thing that we're doing. But yeah, we ended up beating Trip. He's honestly a great guy. He was the winner last season of the TBU. And overall, I've known him for a long time. This was the MPL Season 1 rematch. I beat him at that time too. So we just destroying Trip everywhere because we are a god. Alright. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.